Hey everyone, welcome back to Guru Machine. So today's topic is something which is very important, very critical. It is the most important question which decides the fate of a candidate. Tell me something about yourself or walk us through your profile. This is such a question which we all know we are going to face as part of the interview, but we don't prepare for it. And what happens is this question decides basically the candidate is going through or is going to get rejected. But before jumping on to what kind of answers we have or what kind of answers a candidate must say as part of the interview process, I would request you all to please hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you get notification of our video uploads as and when we do. As I always say, let's get started. Before starting, let's do a quick exercise. There are two parties over here. One is the interviewer, number two is the candidate. The question we need to ask ourselves is, why does the interviewer ask this question? Why is he even required to ask this question? The first and most evident reason is that he has a set of 10 questions which he is supposed to ask you and he is just doing his job. And the second reason, which happens in majority of the cases, is that basically he wants you to present yourself. And he wants to see how confident you are, and maybe he also wants to hear your answer because he wants to frame his next questions based on your answer. I'm sure most of you might have attended interviews where you would have talked about a particular thing, and then out of those 10 different things, the interviewer might have picked one of them and asked you questions on the same, right? And it usually happens with all of us, right? So to prepare you for these kind of situations, right, we have organized a lot of sessions with our clients and the candidates who approach us, and we actually train them for these kind of things based only after analyzing their profile. So if you want to understand those kind of detailings, please check out our products page and contact our team for that. Now, coming back to the topic, let's actually come down to the answers part. Now, for ease of understanding for everyone who is watching this video, what we have done is we have basically divided our candidates into three different buckets. Now, the first bucket is freshers. Number two is candidates who have work experience of less than 6 years. Number three, candidates who have work experience of more than 6 years. Now, when I say work experience, I mean relevant work experience, which is relevant to the job opening, right? So let's quickly get into each of those categories and understand what kind of answers these candidates must speak when they are asked this one question. So the first category is freshers. Freshers who have recently passed out from their colleges, the first and foremost thing that they need to highlight is their knowledge, right? The subjects they have studied, the projects they have done, maybe you were part of the robotics club of the college, maybe you were part of the oratory club, right? So you need to highlight all those things. At the same time, you need to understand what industry you're applying to. Let's say you are applying for an IT company and the company has scope for development. I mean, they might need developers. So in that case, let's say you have done a Java certification from any reputed company, so that will definitely be an added plus point for you. So it is always good that when you're going for an interview, credential as yourself with good certifications and then go for it. Jumping down to the second bucket, that is candidates who are having less than 6 years of relevant work experience. Now we have a list of points which basically the candidates must speak. The first is education. Now, when it comes to education, you don't want to sound irrelevant, right? For example, let's say you have done your engineering in electricals, but you are currently working in an IT company. You don't want to present yourself this way, that I have done my electrical engineering in so and so year, and post that I have been working in an IT company. I know it doesn't sound good because they don't mingle with each other properly, right? But that's a fact of the matter. Most cases are like that. I understand. So what you can do, just to ease out and just to simplify this very sentence, what you can do is maybe say that I completed my bachelor's in so and so year, and post that I've been working with this in this company into their IT development team or maybe IT support team. So all those things you can highlight. The third and the most important thing is the your domain and technical skills. That is very much required, because when you are working and you have a work experience, it is expected from you that you might not be an expert in that, but yes, they expect you to be at least reaching to a certain stage in terms of your expertise in that particular domain or that particular technical skill set, right? So it's better you highlight those things as well. And when you are highlighting these things, it's always good to be crisp and precise. Don't like tell stories over there. Be crisp and precise about what you have done, what are the projects you have worked in, what are the type of projects that you have worked in, right? What are the skills you are using, what skill did you use while implementing a certain project. All those things, be crisp about it, right? The most important thing, and that is the last point that I would want to call out, is your day-to-day responsibilities. That is very much required. Why is it required? Because by this, the recruiter will be able to understand, or maybe he will be able to relate to what you're doing right now and how do you fit in as per the job description. So make sure that when you're answering this question about your day-to-day responsibilities, make sure that your answer should be backed by the job description of the current job opening, right? You must keep that in mind while answering this. So phrase your answer in such a way that there should be at least a 60 to 70% of overlap between the job description and your day-to-day responsibilities, because when you say all these things, it creates a good impression on the recruiter. Coming back to the third category, right? So the third category, that is people who have more than 6 years of experience. Now, I would not recommend you to start with your education background, because that is something I don't think is of much relevance when it comes to people having a lot of experience. And directly start with the kind of projects you have worked in, your domain expertise, because now you have 6+ years of experience. So the recruiter expects you to be an expert in at least one or two skill sets. So tell your domain expertise, tell your technical expertise, discuss about it, discuss about the type of teams that you have worked across, right? If you have switched from across multiple companies, then please specify which company, which project did you work, and what kind of skill set did you use there, right? So tell them the whole plethora of experience you have, right? A small tinge of like added thing which I want to highlight when it comes to people having more than 6 years of experience is that try to include a flavor of strategic thought process when it comes to answering these kind of questions. Because when you're answering questions, I mean, it's not just this question. May it be any question that you're answering as part of your interview, it's always expected that you have that mindset which matches with the strategic goal of the company. I know people will say that we never contribute to the strategic goal of our company, right? But fact of the matter is, when you are, let's say you're working on a product development team and you have developed a product. So when you are presenting your answer, make sure that you cover your product development part definitely, but then you should also have a certain area of, area where you are highlighting that how this product that was developed by you contributed to the strategic goal of the company. That creates a really good impression when it comes to hiring people who are really experienced, and because mostly people who are more than 6 years of experience are they get hired at middle or senior management roles. So definitely that's a added plus when it comes to doing that. And the last one, that is I already talked about in the previous thing, that is your day-to-day responsibilities. But yes, for this bucket of people who are more than 6 years, my recommendation is, when you're answering this question about day-to-day responsibilities, don't just do it from an individual point of view, because that is definitely what anyone who is working on that particular domain or that particular skill might be doing. Try to give an answer which also involves the team, right? Where you can say that what kind of team did you work and how you work together, what kind of an environment it was, and how you delivered a project by not working in silos but working together as a team, right? Because those things actually give a good impression to the interviewer that yes, this person is a team person, and once they bring you on board, they can also give you the opportunity to lead a set of individuals whom you need to maybe guide, and you need to work with them in delivering a particular module or deliver a particular project. So these are some things which I know these are not the whole list, right? And the people who actually reach out to us, everyone has a customized solution. So for getting your customized solution, I would recommend please visit our products page. Please schedule a free consultancy with us. Our experts will contact you, and you can discuss with them what kind of changes you would want, and based on that, they will suggest you the requisite changes. So do check out our website. If you like this video, please like, share it to your friends, and subscribe to Grow Machine. For more content like this, please put your comments below so that we might know what kind of contents you as audience would want from us. Thank you for watching. Meet you next time. Bye bye.